If you ever struggle with a heel contact, maybe to the extreme of actually hitting shanks, or you're just trying to get your arms closer to your body on the downswing, I've got for you an amazing drill. Make sure you check out this video. Jon Watts here from the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me in the indoor studio, and today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is going to be an amazing exercise, a drill to get your arms closer to your body, stop hitting out the heel of the golf club for good. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. At least 2 instructional videos a week. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. And the info for my social media coming along the bottom of the screen also. Let's jump into this. So what we're going to be discussing today is eradicating that heel contact. Anything that's coming out of this part of the golf club, often caused from the arms getting too far in front of our body. Now, there can be a few reasons for that. It may just be an over-the-top movement. It may be that the hips are thrusting forwards towards the golf ball. We call it early extension, as our body's trying to straighten into impact. But when our arms are further away from the golf ball, away from our body than they started, we're likely to hit out the heel. I see some compensations, so I get some players who should hit out the heel but actually struggle with a toe contact, and they're just compensating, so they still get their arms too far out in front of them. They should hit out the heel, but they learn to either bring their arms inwards, buckle their arms this way, raise the handle into impact, head coming backwards. They make some sort of movement into the golf ball to stop that. So actually this would still be relevant if the fault was the arm's getting too far out in front of you, and then the compensation is through impact and giving you a toe contact. So whether it's heel, whether it's toe, if this is a fault of yours, it's still relevant, and it's a real simple range exercise that you could do. It is a bit of a scary one. So what you're going to do is you're going to need 2 golf balls. You're going to put one down, and you're going to put the toe of the golf club really close to it. So you just got a slither of gap, maybe that you could push a tee peg between the toe edge of the golf club and the golf ball, and you're going to put the other ball there in the center of the golf club. You're going to set up to the outside golf ball, the one that's furthest away from you. Normal distance, not doing anything different, normal distance. You're going to swing back, and on the downswing, you're trying to strike the inside ball and miss the outside ball. Initially, what will happen is you'll strike both. So one will go forwards, one will go out to the right of the target. So definitely something to do on the driving range with bay dividers in there, or just be conscious of people around you. But after, 3, 4, 5 shots, you'll get the hang of actually missing the outside ball, striking the inner one. And it's getting us to over-exaggerating. It's getting us the feeling of getting my arms closer in towards our body. Now, that it is true that on the downswing, our arms do have to work a little bit in front of us to allow the club. But I'm talking about the fault where the arms are getting too far out in front of us. As I said, could be from an out-to-in downswing where the wrong sequence, or it could be that we're actually losing posture into impact, early extending. Both are going to mean that we're striking the heel unless we compensate somewhat through impact. So let me just try and do this one. Normal distance away from the outside ball. I'm going to swing and hit the inside ball. Okay, so yes, I've done it first time, but I've demonstrated this to a number of lessons over the years. I get the feeling of how to do it, so it's not a new thing for me. So I was getting the sensation on the downswing, my arms are closer to my body. Now, there's only one little word of warning there. I don't want us to achieve it by standing up and out of posture. We'll tend to thin it from there. So what I want us to get the sensation of is that we're actually keeping our backside out, and this can work really well with also a stool or a chair behind you. And I have done some videos on that talking about early extension. I'll put a link just here, well worth checking out that stall exercise. But you could do a bit of multitasking. You have the 2-ball drill also with the kitchen stool, the chair behind you there, the bar stool. So you're trying to feel like we maintain posture, that we don't cheat into impact. As I said, if you do, it tend to give you a thin strike anyway. So it does take a bit of setup, and maybe you'd put the outside one on a small tee so you just know the position of it. but we're setting up to the outside when we're striking the inside one. We're doing it by also maintaining our posture. So my arms are closer to my body, but I'm still keeping my bum back. Even if we just have to take the pace out of it to start with. Okay, so I still feel tilted in posture. I just got the inside ball, obviously missed the outside, definitely got that feeling of getting my arms closer to my body, and it's really going to eradicate any of those heel strikes. So when we go back to normal shot, normal golf ball, we're less worried about it. And what some people, I've had success with golfers before, focusing as almost like they're striking. Sorry about Siri. I've had some success with golfers before, feeling like they're striking more the inside of the ball. So once they've done those drills and those exercises, almost getting the club inside the golf ball here, they're focusing on, instead of looking at the middle of the ball, they're focusing on the part that's slightly nearer them, as if the club is actually traveling in this direction rather than the club getting out in front of them too much. So we go ahead and just hit a normal one. And if anything there, I got a little bit more of a toe contact, but it didn't really affect me too much. I still hit an 8-iron, can't have been too far off, you know, 154 and down my target line. But if you're someone who's been hitting the heel, you want to almost feel the toe, but we're not feeling the toe from a compensation like this into impact, our head going back, losing posture. It's always good to have it on camera. So if we can have a camera from a downline position and just draw a line on a headline on the backside, just to see that we are maintaining posture, that we're not cheating into impact by losing all our angles. That simple exercise of the two balls, set up to the outside one, strike the inside one, it's just going to stop the arms getting too far out in front of you, eradicate those heel contacts, those shanks for good. I know it's going to feel a little bit alien, it's going to take you a few shots to get used to it on the driving range, but it's well worth it. If this video has helped, I'd love to hear your comments below. Any videos you want me to film, anything you're struggling with, put it in the comments box below. And as I said at the start, if you haven't already, please do subscribe for all the other content, at least 2 instructional videos a week. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.